my car because the fucking dirty ass Dollar Tree downtown didn't give me nothing to put them together. And I hate to disparage y'all, but a guy gave me the balloons and they were very loosely put together, so he didn't even like intertwine the little strings. And here we are. That's why I'm down one balloon. $1.50 flown out into the sky. That's why I don't like shopping or just being a customer, period, in a bad neighborhood, because they treat you like you're in a bad neighborhood. Also, I could not find any cute, manly birthday bags. So this is what I got. I'm kind of annoyed. Also, I don't know if this is big enough to fit the actual gift, but we're going to stuff it in there. And then I have some tissue paper in my trunk, so we're going to do that. Scarso, hey friend. Y'all know what's a day in Tam's life without shopping? So we're going to do a chat warm-up, what I bought today. Today, on the way to No Jumper, I went to Nordstrom's Rack to check on the Gucci sunglasses. They did not have the Gucci sunglasses anymore. They had a black version with the G's in yellow, and I didn't love that. Hi, Jace. So for $500 plus tax, I need to love the glasses, and I didn't love the black ones with the yellow Gucci. It looked too fake. I really like the tortoise ones with the G all over G, so we didn't get them. But I got these sandals to go with my outfit, and I was thinking, oh, I could wear these, like, these are good beach sandals or whatever, right? But they're fucking plastic, so they're so slippery. There's no grip at all, and I almost fell walking from the lobby in No Jumper to the newsroom. It was a shame. Now, also, and the sandals were $24 and change. So let's say $25. Thank you, Scar Soul. Do you care if I call you your real name on this, since I know your real name now? If you want to know, I've always been the girl that's not going to call the boy by his hood name. I want to know his real name. So from Amazon, this morning when I left out the door, we left to a package. And I'm a fan of the Only Maker. Okay, Michael. Hey, boo. I'm very much a fan of the Only Maker brand on, let me get my McDonald's. The Only Maker brand on Amazon. Hi. Do you mind parking over here? Sure. Very much a fan of the Only Maker brand on Amazon because they have real leather shoes. I have several pairs from them. And that purple dress that I bought on the live downtown, y'all seen I had those purple, like, Renee Calvia imitation shoes, but they didn't really work out. So now we have the gold. The gold. Get into it. Thin strap. My pinky toe will be suffering, but it's all about the look, bitch. And that's why I love the Only Maker, because they're real leather. Also, a pet peeve of mine is having stickers on the bottom of your shoes. I don't like that shit at all. It makes me mad. Currently, I'm at McDonald's. We're going to get some cookies, and I got some small fries because I feel like I'm dealing with a lot. On this, this week is about to be a circus until I actually get to Jamaica. Oh, I look scared potting with Adam. It's not, I think y'all take shit the wrong way in those, like, rooms. When there's 5 people, 6 people on the pod, you're not going to get to talk. So it's best that you just shut the fuck up and choose your moments where you feel like you can make an impact, or if you have a very strong opinion about something, be heard. But with 6 people, you're not about to get nothing off. So just sit there and let it ride. All right? Adam popped in for the news only to find out we don't be having nothing known about the topics till we sit down. Thank you. We got the goods. So yeah, I'm glad. I guess I'm glad that Adam came today so he can really know what's up instead of just assuming and blaming us for shit being weak, because niggas is giving us topics off the No Jumper Instagram and we don't see them until we sit down. And then Josh went on to say he don't even be seeing them until 15-30 minutes before the show. So what can we really do about it? And I'm about to park in this McDonald's parking lot. We're going to eat some cookies. We're going to eat these fries. And then we're going to talk about Tommy Shelby, the Immortal Man, Peaky Blinders. And we're really in the hood. Like, I don't even want to park on my back facing over there. I'm gonna park on my back facing over here with all the killers and the $100 billers. Okay, boo. I just, Nothing annoys me like a bad, dirty neighborhood. Like, get me out of here. I feel like the police about to come. Shit is ghetto. Okay. Cookies and fries. I got a small fry because I'm skinny. And do y'all know these little small fries is like $4 now? They asked me if I wanted to go to Skid Row. I'm like, what the fuck? No. I never want to be seen on Skid Row chilling, especially not with no damn camera out. I was supposed to be getting skinny to go to Jamaica. We've since decided Jamaica's gonna get whatever body I bring. I'm sure there are fatter people out there than me, so let's not make ourselves too important. Yes, Garcon, I'm committed. Oh, and more good news, this channel got monetized today. I don't know why the super chat thing is not open here. Maybe it'll come later, but we're rolling. Monetization. What did you say? Lock them doors, you already know. I'm not answering that gun question. Yeah, Dex. You definitely could get a bag of potatoes for $5. I gave up. The broad day shooter getting shape for Tulum out on the trip. Tulum is like $400. So good shit. You're able to hype the live. Thank you. Thank you, Widower Life. We're doing what we can. Okay. These fries not even that delicious. They're not even hot. That was for you, Dex. You seen I threw that trash on the ground? Because look around this dirty ass neighborhood. Everybody else throwing shit on the ground. Look at this. Broad day shooter. If you want to go to Barbados, you are going to have to... I'm not the fly out girl. You're going to have to like pay for separate rooms and shit. And I don't feel like you're with that. Because I think going on vacation with a man implies that there will be sex. Okay. I will definitely toggle around. Michael. But yeah, going on vacation with a man to me implies sex. So if I don't want to fuck you, I'm not going to go on vacation with you. McDonald's pancakes? These are cookies. It's not my fault this ghetto-ass McDonald's don't have the appropriate cookie tote to put the cookies in. So they gave it to me on this hot cakes plate. Do you look like a trick? I don't know. You talking like one in the chat. Hey, Dairy Clam. Offering a trip to a woman that's not your girlfriend is trick activity. Of course, I'll get him out of here because now he annoying me. You came in here talking about let's fly, get the body right for Tulum. I'll fund the trip. Barbados. Now you like, I'm good, love, enjoy. Nigga, nobody asked you to offer me nothing. You can't see. Y'all see how it goes left with the men? They come in here wallet first, offering a bunch of shit that they don't have no intention upon doing, trying to get attention. What happened to the Loewe shades? They were going to be Gucci. I was going to get the Gucci shades. They didn't have them. They only had the black. And I feel like black with yellow G's is ugly as fuck. The tortoiseshell one's fire. The black one's not so much. He always be on bullshit in here. Like, go away from me with this. That be the thing too. I don't even be asking niggas to pay for shit. They come offering it. And then like, an awful lot of cookies. You are definitely right. I don't eat food from McDonald's really. Just the cookies. And I might engage in a fry. Because you know the hot fries are good. But that, he just gave me some mid fries. Okay, I feel like I ate 2 cookies right now. Let's take a break. Oh my God. They're delicious. Okay, let's eat one more. Do I have napkins in here? Okay. Let's eat one more cookie. Have any of you guys watched Peaky Blinders? Are you into it? E5. I would definitely E5 in private. Tell me in the chat. Yeah, I hate milk. So I can't do the milk. We got a big water. Okay, you're on season 3 Peaky Blinders? All right, anybody else? It's fire. It is fire. Comics, you got to tap in. You got to lock in. You got to do it now. Because it's so good. And I hate the way I'm about to spoil it for you. But I told y'all last week this is what we were going to talk about. If you cared, you would have watched it. You didn't call the government tricks when they offered them student loans. What the fuck do you be talking about? The loan that they're going to charge crazy interest on that they want paid back immediately. Don't start with the nonsensical shit in here. I watched Boardwalk Empire. Okay. Boardwalk Empire is also fire. It's one of the best shows I've ever seen. Cinema. How they do every culture, all the intersection. 10 out of 10. Also, them bringing in the history and the lore behind Al Capone. Excellent. I actually did watch it because you set me up with Saltburn. You guys need to open your mind. Don't be so homophobic. You the reason like guys like Sharp and Future exist. Get this nigga out of here. Chop that head. I hate a retard. I hate a nonsensical nigga that just lives to argue like his mama. Ah! All right, we're talking about something good. So, Peaky Blinders. I mean, y'all need to don't be so homophobic that you miss out on a good film like Saltburn. Because you know that was a good-ass movie. You would have never thought at the beginning that he was going to kill all them people. You can't tell me that. Judas and the Black Messiah? Yes, I have seen that. Loved it. Where's my laptop? Oh, I also got the blank shirts. Oh. To do the Welcome to Tam's merch. So that's coming. I got a big-ass palm tree balloon in the back. I'm trying to find my laptop. Okay, boom. See, yes, you would have never seen that ending coming. You got to let some gayness slide sometimes so you can get to a good plot. And also, I know that the men would argue in here, but I don't feel like he was really gay. I feel like he was just fucking everybody, literally. Because how you fuck the son, the daughter, the cousin, and the mama? If the dad was with it, he would have fucked the dad too. Because he's diabolical. This is not about gay or straight. This is about this man being insane. Absolutely insane. Let's get into it. Peaky Blinders is one of the best shows that Netflix has ever brought to us. Ever. The Shelby family, first of all, they're gypsies, right? And the daddy ain't shit. We find out about the daddy later on, which I like. But the daddy ain't about shit. And he left. Yes, damn, that's a lot of fucking. It was. He was laying it down. He was laying it low and spreading it wide. But I guess the mama died. The Peaky Blinders mama died. The Shelby, Mrs. Shelby, and the daddy wasn't shit, and he left all the kids. It's Tommy, Aunt Polly, which I always thought was their big sister, but that makes sense that it's like the mom's sister, or maybe the dad's sister, whatever. Then we have Arthur, who I feel that Arthur is the oldest brother, but he's just not all there. And he's kind of a fuck up, so Tommy has to run the ship. Then we have Ada, the beautiful, very smart. She's been radicalized. She don't know if she want to be a communist, a Bolshevik, a socialist. She has a lot of shit going on. And then her baby daddy is also a part of her radicalization. And Ada loves to have a baby out of wedlock. That's kind of her bag. And then we got John, who is like the middle child, basically, but old enough for him to have gone to World War II with Tommy and Arthur. And then we got the baby, Finn. All right. So, okay, let me see what the comments said. Yeah, but when he straddled, bro, I almost cut that shit off. And yeah, gay by insanity. And then the Peaky Blinders, I just found out about the dad when they killed the deer. And yes, he's the oldest. My little sister is literally going word for word with you right now. Def gonna watch it. Yeah, Tommy and Arthur were in the tunnels. I don't know what John was doing, but John was outside too because he's a little bit psychotic. Just a little bit. Where the hell is my Immortal Man notes? Oh, got it. Okay. So, we already told you the basics of the family. Them being in the war really had an effect on them, obviously. But it seems to have had the most tragic effect on Arthur, because Arthur has not been right since. He's a drunk. He turns into a drug addict. It's like any form of escapism, he's with it. Even down to getting an overly religious Quaker wife who was like trying to save his hood nigga soul, but it doesn't make sense, so it doesn't work. And he ends up in the series. That's why you gotta watch the series. He ends up beating the fuck out of her new religious man that when she tried to leave. And then Tommy pays her to come back because it's just like, he ain't right without you. He's mentally fucked up. He needs you. He needs the kid around. Tommy had a baby with basically an undercover cop. It was giving power, right? His Angela. And she gets popped. She gets popped at a party wearing a big ass sapphire that he got from the Russians for helping them with some shit. And the girl told him, oh, that was cursed by a gypsy. So that sets off the lore. He goes to try to figure it out. And we have a lot of Easter eggs we're going to get to. Okay, so the Peaky Blinders Immortal Man starts off with the Nazis. So Tommy and his brothers was fighting in World War I. My bad. Shout out to the chat for saying that. I think they did say World War I. I said World War II. But this version of it, oh, and the Peaky Blinders are also known for their fashion. They wear that little page boy hat. They got knives in the front. They slice niggas' eyes out with it. They get active. They fight anytime. They're like the military men that's down in the gas lamp in San Diego. You say a word, you blow a whistle, and they're putting hands and feet on people. They don't give a fuck. They never gave a fuck. So this time, it starts off with the Nazis making counterfeit notes for the Bank of England. They're in there counterfeiting, like, what was that movie where they were making the fake money? Was it Rush Hour? But they're on that. And apparently they did this in 1940 to try to topple the last remaining European country, which was Great Britain, because they were already going around beating people's ass, taking names. And at the time, the rest of the world, I don't think the United Nations didn't exist yet, but they were practicing a policy of like appeasement with Hitler. They thought, okay, we give him Austria, we give him this, that, he'll stop the bullshit. He's never gonna stop. He's insatiable. He's a monster. He's a little monster like Napoleon. That's why it's good to know history, because history always repeats itself. And when you see a small nigga that's good at speeches, getting people riled up, you got to keep your eye on him, and you might have to pop him and take him out before he starts a world war. Let's get serious here. They missed their bag. So the Germans, because they were already losing the war, essentially, they decided, okay, the only way to beat these niggas is to fuck up their economy with the money, because them, the Americans, they're outgunning us, they're outrunning us. Somebody's driving the opposite way in the drive-thru. This is so ghetto. And then there's a man that's on the train that's taking the fake money, and he does a Heil Hitler salute. For the duration of this film, I'm going to refer to that man as Heil Hitler. I don't know his real name. I don't think they introduced his character. We're calling him Heil Hitler. He is bringing the fake money from wherever they were counterfeiting it in Germany on the train to Great Britain. And we all know that's the stronghold of the Peaky Blinders. They dominate Birmingham, where the factories are, in the smoke, in the black smoke. And They dominate London because remember they got into it with Sabini at that Roaring Twenties Club and they fucked the Italians up. So the Peaky Blinders running that too. And Tommy fucked around and got into the government. He is an OBE MP. He was working for Winston Churchill. So he's in with the government. Word to Joe Exotic, it's all corrupt, girl. So then they show some Rosie the Riveter type ladies in this factory. We all know when the men were away at war that the women had to take up the man job, the factory job. So they got Rosie the Riveter type ladies in here. And they're celebrating a birthday for their homegirl, Agnes. Boom, bomb drops. Factory blown up. We later learned that that was a gun manufacturing plant. So Johnny Dogs, remember he's the gypsy homie. He's on some land and he's shooting a pigeon. He collects the pigeons. He walks into the house. It's like a little country farmhouse. It's very dilapidated. It's nothing compared to the former country estate that Tommy blew up, I think, in the final seasons of Peaky Blinders. Check it out for real, because you talk about it with such passion. You're a great story. Thank you, Widower Life. So Johnny Dogs is gathering up these pigeons. He's going into the dilapidated ass house. And then we see Tommy Shelby, gray hair, looking old, looking miserable, low-key. And remember, on the last season, the last episode, he went away under the guise of having this disease because his doctor was scamming him and told him that he didn't have much time left because they decided that the only way to get rid of Tommy Shelby was to make him get rid of himself, suicide. That's why they call him an immortal man, because so many attempts been made on his life, so much duplicity, so much shit going on, and he never got. So he organizes this little dinner, and he's talking about going away. Arthur don't even show up, because Arthur's like, Tommy, because he already talked to him on the side, I'll soon be where you're going. Ada gets suspicious. She's the only one suspicious. Everybody else just taking it. They flatten the house like they do with the Las Vegas Strip. You know, they blow the old hotels up. They leveled it, and it was supposed to be like new, basically, I guess, council housing, low-income housing to take the place of Tommy's former country estate. He wasn't really fucking with it after his wife got killed anyway, so he had no use for it. Then when he married the prostitute homegirl, Lizzie, the son wanted to leave with her anyway. So what the fuck do I need this big ass house? Don't anybody even want to live here with me? And a very poignant part of that final episode was when the little boy, Tommy's son, with the Claire, the lady that died, when Lizzie's telling him that she's gonna leave, he's in the stable and Tommy's out there and he's like, I want to go with you. And Lizzie, because you know she used to be a hooker, so she already know how Tommy feel about her. Their daughter Ruby died, so they don't have no ties to each other no more, for real. He's like, I want to go with you. And she said, I don't think your father would allow that. And she's like, look, you're more my mom than he's my dad. He's never here. He's like, I know you're not my real mama, but like, we got the picture in the staircase. I know who my real mom is, but she's dead. And you're the only mom I know. And I'm not staying here with this nigga for him to leave me in this big ass house by myself. It doesn't make sense. The little boy was not dumb. So here we are, Tommy alone. That's why, if you want to know why he's alone, even though he's been paying bills and taking care of everybody, it's because he's kind of a fuck up a little bit. So yeah, he thought he was going to die. He hemmed the doctor up too for lying when he found out, but he didn't go back and tell his family that shit was all good. They had to find out through the grapevine. Johnny Dogs is telling him that some gypsies have broken through the back gate. Kind of a fuck up is an understatement. I mean, not too much on Tommy. Johnny Dogs is telling him that some gypsies done broke through the back gate and they're basically squatting on the land. Tommy's like, let them do it. He's like, what the fuck? He's mad because he's saying that these gypsies are famous for their witches, their sorcerers, and he don't want them around. He's like, I probably got cursed already by one of these bitches. We need to get him out of here. But Tommy, he's kind of in his give up era. He doesn't really care. He's withdrawn from society. He's writing a book about his life, which I guess makes sense for the whole how we got the story of Peaky Blinders. So that's a good like tie-in for it, because otherwise there would have been questions about that. Tommy does look very hot. He's lost his gangster edge with this whole grandpa Stephen King vibe that he has going on, but he still looks good. He's still fine. He's in the room. He's like his library. His phone started ringing. He unplugged the phone. You know, he has a legendary temper. He gets mad. He sits down to write at his desk and he sees like a little girl run past the window. So he goes outside. And we all know that Tommy has visions and shit because he's a gypsy. And he is, what do they call him? Rom Baron, like the king of the Romneys. So he goes outside because he's seeing like the ghost of his daughter. And she was running by. Her name was Ruby, you know, red. and it's like a red scarf left on the tree branch. He feels like he's tripping. He's fucked up. He goes and he leaves the scarf on his brother Arthur's grave, which led me to be like, why is Arthur's grave here? It didn't really make sense. Like, you haven't been at this house for that long, but okay, I guess. And before that, like the first 5 minutes, whatever, I assumed that Arthur was dead because things was too peaceful, and Tommy would never be by himself because Arthur was like a magnet. So when they go up to, when he gets the red scarf and he puts it on the grave, it's like, oh, okay, duh, like Arthur is dead. But we don't have a lot of backstory. I've seen people online saying how they were irritated that story was rushed and Arthur deserved better and blah, blah, blah. But in real life, I guess Arthur is known for the drugs and fucking up. He's like an Amy Winehouse type character. So they didn't necessarily want him back, or they didn't necessarily need him back to finish out this story, because it's not like we're going to have a series and we need him a bunch of times. It's like everybody's dying. We're going to kill him off early. So they have Arthur dead. He's being reflective and accountable. He's saying he was never a father. He was a form of government, and he no longer believes in forms of government. When Ada is coming to him like, your son, because remember on the last season, it wasn't Polly, but when he was looking for a cure for his daughter Ruby, because he thought that a gypsy had cursed Ruby, he thought it might have been Esme, John's ex-wife or widow. It wasn't Esme, but she takes him to his gypsy son, who I guess Tommy was sleeping with his mama at some gypsy fair back in the day before he went to World War I, and she got pregnant, and they had this son, Duke. He has like a biblical type of name. But she's like, Duke, because Tommy ends up leaving Duke to work in the yard with that man that's he's a little bit off. They fix all the carriages and stuff there. So in the final season, he leaves Duke there because Duke didn't want to work in the betting parlor. And he said, I need an heir basically for my kingdom. And he's like, you already got a son. He was talking about Charlie. And he's like, I have two sides to my business, dark and light. So essentially Charlie is going to be like the trophy son, and he's going to take up his, I guess, government post and all of that in the Shelby Company Limited. And then Duke is going to be a Peaky Blinder. So Ada is coming to Tommy now while he's in his hiatus. Like, your son is running Birmingham, running the streets like it's 1920. What the fuck? You need to do something about this. And that's when Tommy says he never really was a father. He was a former government. He don't believe in that no more. Because he realized he was an ain't shit daddy. And he was, like I just explained. The little boy didn't even want to go with him. And so we quickly learn that Charlie is on the front lines in North Africa. So that gives more credence to that he's going to take up the political banner of the Shelby family and continue that. And perhaps whatever Tommy is doing with the racehorses and stuff, because remember, he fought hard to get that license. Ada keeps begging him to come back, so much so that she pulls up at the house to talk to him when he wouldn't answer the phone. He goes outside to meet her. He said since Arthur died, it's like a door has been blown open in his head, and he can't close it. And it's because he killed Arthur. We find that out later in the movie. But Arthur, they got into some shit. He finds him. I guess he has stolen one of Tommy's cars, and Tommy essentially puts him to sleep. He shoots him like you shoot a horse. It was sad, but it makes a lot of sense. And he basically says that he killed him because he was tired of the burden. He didn't want to deal with it no more, because he was like a mad dog. And he said that his brother was like a beast on a chain that only he could control. So it's like, just like the opposition thought the only way to get rid of Tommy Shelby was for him to off himself, Tommy understood that the only way to get rid of Arthur is for him to do it, or for him to wait for Arthur to destroy himself. But he's been trying to for years, and he hasn't been successful. And in this movie, we have Erasmus, aka Duke. That's why I said a Bible name. I don't know if Erasmus is a Bible name. It's an old ass name. He pulls up to the factory that blew up at the beginning. We learned that it's a BSA factory where they make guns for the war effort. And he, in typical Peaky Blinder fashion, he kind of turned Arthur up with the meth. It was opium. And if you want a history lesson about the British and the Chinese with opium, we had something called the Opium Wars, where they used opium against the Chinese, so much so that their government had to make it illegal. So a bunch of whites doing opium on the back end is kind of like the emperor's revenge, if you will. So What can we do about that? So Ada goes and picks up her son. Y'all remember her son that she had with the communist man that died. He has a wreath of flowers for the victims of the bombing because now Tommy used to be the MP, but now Ada is the MP. So she's going to go and show her respects at the factory because a bunch of ladies died or whatever, and they were doing stuff for the war effort. And when she pulls up, the people are giving her attitude. A lady was even like, "You dare to show your face here after your nephew, after what he did?" Because he robbed the scraps and he kind of like beat up the people a little bit. Like he was acting Peaky Blinders. He was doing the traditional, roughing people up. And Ada is pissed because she already went to Tommy and told him to get his fucking crazy ass son, but he don't want to be bothered. So the Heil Hitler man from the beginning of the movie, he finds Duke and he ends up asking him, he offers him 20% of the $70 million. No, $360 million that they made, the fake notes for the Bank of England. So his take will be $70 million. But he says, prepare for the anarchy that will ensue after. And Erasmus, aka Duke, has one of the best lines of the movie. They even used it in some of the trailers. He said, "The world doesn't give a fuck about me, and I don't give a fuck about the world." Clock it. And that is the truth of so many people that end up in like the underworld of society or on the fringes because they feel like they've been dealt a bad hand, a poor hand. This boy essentially is an orphan. His mama died when he was young. His daddy is a retired gangster. So yeah, why would he care if Britain falls or whatever the fuck if he got 70 million counterfeit notes that are going to pass as real? I probably wouldn't care. If somebody came to me with that deal for America. Are you risking Fed time? Yes. But if there's a possibility that we're not going to go to jail for none of this, then it's like, who cares? Give me the money. That's also how Duke feels. And he asked him, after that, how Hitler was like, "Oh, okay, cool, so you don't have no allegiances, no family." Like, all right, perfect candidate. There are no lines you won't cross. Okay. Tommy, now we're back to the farmhouse with Tommy. He's got the sixth sense because he's the gypsy. And he's feeling like somebody is in his house, right? The windows and shit was open, the doors was open, and it's the Blackbird lady. She is Duke's auntie. And when Tommy looks at her, he's kind of tripping a little bit, and she immediately says, "Oh, the face that you're seeing in me is my sister that died. That's the lady that he was fucking under the hazelnut tree that gave us Duke, aka Erasmus." So this lady not only is a witch, she's a twin of a lady that he used to bone. That's a bad combination. That's a horrible combination. But Tommy, he's a glutton for punishment. He likes these, I don't know, these bitches that have too much going on. Like, first it was Claire, the undercover cop. Then it was Lizzie, the former prostitute that also tried to marry your brother. And you told your brother not to marry her because you offered her $10 to fuck and she was with it. And then the Russian lady who was a killer, who was doing all types of freaky shit to you in the house, trying to fuck you in front of the help. And now we got this lady who we know is a witch. Donnie Dogs already told you this bitch is a witch, and you don't care. You're not kicking her out. You're setting yourself up. And she's even coming to you on some witchy shit saying, "Oh, yeah, I opened all the windows and the doors to let all the spirits out." She's fucking around. He's waving the gun around and stuff, but she's not scared. Then he has a flashback, and she tells, well, I already said that. And she also says when she is explaining, yes, she's definitely a polygraph. We'll get to that. When she's explaining who she is, she gonna say, "Oh yeah, I still talk to her." What the fuck? And we already know that when the JFK parody family came in, the Nelsons, in one of the final seasons, that was how he introduced. He was like, "Hey, yeah, I heard all you Shelbys are witches and talk to the dead. What's up with that?" And the twin sister, her name is Blackbird, queen of the Palmer Gypsies. She's currently making a living doing seances for the grieving World War II wags and family members. Doing ectoplasm. Like, if you ever seen Haunting of Connecticut, where they bring up your dead mama or auntie in the little sauce on the top, that's what she's doing too. Because in wartime, this business is booming. Because everybody want to talk to their dead son, their dead uncle, their dead husband. So she's making a lot of money. She's making paper off this. Conveniently, she shocked Tommy still knows how to speak Romani, but why would he give that up? Like, he was king of the gypsies, bitch. Let's get serious here. Then the twist sister brings up the Gypsy Fair in 1914, blah, blah, blah. We learned in the 6th season that the reason why this boy calls himself Duke is because his mom made up a lie based on a stolen pocket watch that Tommy had that he stole from the Duke of Southgate or Southampton, some shit like that. And she started calling herself a Romney Queen. I guess if your baby daddy is like a gangster or he went to war and you don't know where he is, then you can make up a solid story instead of talking shit about him to your kid. So tell me in the chat, if you were in the same situation, you know, we're at war right now with Iran. So if you're talking to a girl, maybe y'all been sleeping around, whatever, maybe she's your friends with benefits, and she falls pregnant, would you rather her make up like a superhero story about you? Like, oh yeah, your dad was a duke and blah, 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 he's king of the gypsies? Or would you rather her tell the truth about you, even if it's not that illustrious? Tommy invites Blackbird to stay for dinner, even though Johnny Dogs is against it. Ada tries to check Duke for stealing from the war effort, but he doesn't care. And he tells her war and morphine go together like brother and sister. Even though she's trying to tell him like the impact that they're having on the community. Again, he don't give a fuck about the community. He's about that bag. She says she's going to report him, but he quickly responds to who? Everybody's dead. Paulie dead, Arthur dead, John, Jeremiah, and Tommy don't care. So who you going to report me to? She's talking about the police. Because Ada is a MP now. So she gonna write a report and she gonna give it to them people. He said he's not scared of her empty threats because Ada has never been like anybody to fear, really. She don't carry a gun. She don't really got no squabble. Like, who is Ada? Nothing. As far as like the gangster side of the family. She says his weakness is that he doesn't have a family. He says he never did, but he wants to trump Tommy's street cred with this new undertaking. So when she says that to him, she's saying it in a condescending way, like, oh, you acting like this because you're not accountable to anybody because you don't have a family. Like, that's your weakness. And he's like, he always been an orphan, so that's a fucked up thing to say to an orphan, and your only retort could be like, well, I don't give a fuck, and I never needed no family, and I'm solo dolo. Like, what else could you do to make yourself feel better? You want him to start crying? Like, it's kind of fucked up what she said, but it was the truth. But he's like, I'm going to do something bigger than you guys ever did, this 70 million, which might be true, kind of. Blackbird and Tommy have sex while she's faking to be her sister, Zelda. It is sick, sick, sick. That's what I was telling you. Tommy just really, he'll give it up to any type of bitch. A witch, an undercover cop, a goddamn reformed prostitute. It's just, he has no standards besides you being fine to be with these hoes. And he was warned by Polly Gray that when a blackbird flies into your house, death will follow. And did he care about that? No. He wanted to smash. You guys lead yourself into your own peril. And then she says something. Deeper and deeper you walk into the blood until you're out of your depth and you must learn to swim in it. That's what the Heil Hitler man says to Duke after Duke shoots a potential money partner who has some sort of government official or agent. They were in this little bar, and basically Heil Hitler gives him the signal, like, shoot him. I think it was like a purity test. He shot him. Then he has to get rid of the body, and you could tell he's in there stressed out, like he don't be killing people on the regular basis. He's more of a beat a nigga up type, because I never seen Tommy have no type of regret after he shot somebody. One time in the bar when he just shot that man just on an instant, his hand was shaking a little bit, but other than that, I never seen Tommy pacing or having no feelings about shooting. He's a real shooter. This Duke Erasmus, he's not a real shooter. He's more of a fight club type of man, which I'm not mad at, but you're putting yourself in shooter situations, especially fucking with Heil Hitler. He promises the Duke immunity under the new regime, asking him to get rid of the body. And Duke he's also living in squalor. He has these pigs that he stole in front of the house. And you know, pigs live in basically like mud and muck. And pigs eat anything. So he feeds the body to the pigs. Excellent way to get rid of it. Nasty, but very smart on the crime side of the game. Post-sex pillow talk with the Blackbird gets so weird because she starts off like, oh, you haven't been with a girl in a long time. Was it good? And we all know Tommy, he's playing. He says maybe, and she gets a little irritated. Then she goes on to say, do you want to know what else your brother Arthur told me? And Tommy was like, no. This is where the performance ends. He's irritated with her. And she keeps going. She tells us a story about Arthur not being alone that night of his suicide. And I guess he went to Tommy's office, stole a gun, a car, ends up crashed at the bridge, and Tommy was there. They said, tell me when looking for him. Tommy's like, no. But he starts to recount the events himself. And he had smoked so much opium, he started saying, I was the devil. So Arthur, in his smoked out haze, is calling Tommy Shelby the devil. But you remember Michael, Polly Gray's son, Michael Gray, he and his wife that was fucking her uncle, nasty work, they were referring to Tommy as the devil too, which seems like a bit much, but I guess if he's running everything in your life and he has all the power and the money and the this and the that, you might refer to him as the devil. But Michael, you was a bitch ass nigga the whole time. Let's not forget about that. How you were thirsty to come from your middle class, wholesome family to be over here with the gangsters and strippers. Let's not act like he was all good. And you married a hoe in Detroit who was fucking you for drugs and party access. Like, don't try to act too wholesome. And then Tommy, we basically find out that Tommy shot Arthur in the head. This is fucked up because Arthur killed so many people for Tommy, and for Tommy to kill him, it's like, it's a little bit shady, but what can we do? So after Tommy blew Arthur brains out, his brother, a little bit of, when you kill your brother, what is it called? Fratricide? Because I know when you kill your dad, it's patricide. Let me know in the chat. I feel like it's fratricide. Hey, Jeff. But yes, after he killed his brother, his gypsy sixth sense blown open. He can't stop the visions. He can't stop the premonitions. It's very much That's So Raven. He's fucked, essentially. Tommy, post guilt trip, gets fitted in his best Peaky Blinders outfit, and he looks good. I love a man in like a 3-piece suit with the vest and all. Like, if you could pull that off, you're a real ass classic man. It's giving us Savile Row type. Even though in the earlier Peaky Blinders seasons, the Italians, when he was getting at Sabini and the old man that they killed that was a teacher, he said, there was a time when you borrowed clothes from us to look like men. And then when Adrian Brody came on, he was dressed dapper as hell. Ooh, thank you, Scarsoul. Yes, fratricide. When Adrian Brody came on his season, he was dressed smooth as fuck. And he even said that, like, oh, your tailor is good. Where you getting your clothes from? He's like, mine is better. You know, peep the fit. But, you know, like, I see your effort. So, in the best Peaky Blinders fit, he hops in the Bentley. Johnny Dogs is like, you're not going alone. Let me get the shotgun. You're unarmed, Tommy. What's going on? Because this is basically a suicide mission. He has no more lust for life. He's finished this book. And then he want to go out with a bang. He already fucked his op, the Blackbird, who Polly told him would lead to his demise. He didn't care. So he already knows that he's going to die. I mean, he kind of wants to. You could tell. Okay, so they go back to the old bar, the Garrison. And he has like a little run-in because there's a bunch of troops in the Garrison. I think a lot of them were Americans too because of the accents. And they don't know who Tommy Shelby is because this is a new generation. And some of the people in the bar look scared as hell. Like, they don't want to do nothing. They don't want to move. But the Americans and the younger kids is like, who's this old nigga? Like, what he about to do? Turn the records back on. This and that. And then he has to fuck somebody up in the bar I think he throws a grenade or something. I don't know. I don't remember. But he fucks some people up in the bar and then everybody gets on code. And he's like, I'm looking for my son. Girl, please, you would kill some peoples in your chat. You're not innocent either. I wouldn't think twice about it. So what I want to know is, where the hell is Finn? Did Finn die in one of the previous seasons? I felt like I remember him dying, but I rewatched all 6 seasons before this, and Finn got married to a racially ambiguous girl. So where is he at in this? And then we didn't really see Charlie either until the very, very end. So Heil Hitler comes and tells the Duke that Ada plans to snitch on him to the police, like I was telling y'all earlier. And he basically gives him an ultimatum, like, you got to kill her or you're out. And this is his auntie. Even though she just talked shit to him about not having a family, this is still like the closest thing to a family that he has, and he does not want to kill her. She's walking down the street with the paperwork to snitch. She got the file on her. She got that work. Word to Whack 100. And she's walking down the street with her son, and he's waiting in the phone booth. He could shoot her. She walks by, and he's like banging the phone like he's mad he didn't shoot her. Goes up essentially to the crosswalk, and it's rubble and shit because British, they got... Okay, we're back. Britain, they got bombed a lot. So much so that the people had to stay underground in the metro. So there's all this rubble and stuff that he has to climb over. And by the time he gets to the other part where he like maybe wants to shoot Ada or maybe tells her to do something else, Heil Hitler, he smokes her. And that's what sets off the next chain of events. Because you know Tommy is not about to let nobody pop his sister or any of his relatives without seeking retribution. Ada gets shot in the street in front of her son. Tommy heads to the Garrison club after he found out Ada died. And that's where I told y'all with the dancing. He turned up on everybody. He takes the pin out of the grenade. Yes, I knew it was a grenade because he's a bomber. He loves to do. Remember at the Chinese people opium den when he told them not to serve Arthur no drugs no more, and he was like with the bomb, and they're like, sir, the bomb is ticking, and he put it in a suitcase, and he started walking. He walked out. He walked across the bridge. He dropped it in the water. Everything blew up. He loves a bomb, and I kind of like that too, because I'm more of an arsonist. Like if you do something to me, I want to burn your house down, because then it's like total destruction. Dark Rainbow, you know, like. Shooting somebody, I feel like if they die, if you shot them, like that was a quick, easy death. But burning somebody alive, it's like, that'll really stick it to him. So after he gets the info about where his son Duke is from, he runs to the pigsty. They get into a fight. They get into a scuffle. Father on son. And it feels like they had a lot of tension, so this fight was needed. I'm not a man, but I grew up in the hood, and I have seen a father be scuffling with his son outside on the grass. And sometimes you got to put him in check. Sometimes you got to put him in a headlock because he's getting older and he's trying to challenge authority. So you got to let him know again, like, that you're the man of the house. Essentially, after that, they kind of join together and they plan to attack Heil Hitler because he killed Ada. Now, Duke is struggling about which side to be on, but like he says, Tommy says it, he's like, he's gonna do this thing and it's gonna be up to his son which way it goes. Like if his son is a traitor, then it'll go one way, and if his son hold it down, it'll go another way. But he's like, at this point, I don't care. He's ready to die. Notorious B.I.G. So little things transpire, whatever. They end up at the place where the money is being held. Tommy figures out, because at the end of the day, Tommy is a patriot. He went to war and all that, and he was out in the streets hustling, working his angles. But at the end of the day, he's a patriot. Because he also went out of his way to get rid of the fascists. So they burn the money. Heil Hitler is pissed. He comes in. He's trying to get out. He's driving the car all fast. Tommy gets in front of the car like, hit me. I don't give a fuck. I don't have nothing to live for. Everybody in my family is dead. The only people alive are these kids, and I don't really know these kids like that because I was out in the streets hustling. I didn't give a fuck about what these kids had going on. The Duke, he's shooting. Tommy is shooting at Heil Hitler, and he's shooting back. He catches one in the stomach, Tommy, but he doesn't fall because he's not no bitch ass nigga. He's been shot before. He used to keep the bullets that he took out of himself. He's a real thug. He's a gangster. So he's still shooting. He kills Heil Hitler. And then he's waiting for the car to hit him. Like this, arms out. Doesn't happen because Erasmus, a.k.a. Duke, his oldest son, comes, tackles him out the way, saves him. Because he wants him to live. He did the right thing because he wanted to have a relationship with his dad. Doesn't work out that way. Johnny does, all the people in there. Tommy is dying. He's cradling his head, Duke. It's such a poignant moment. So beautiful, father son. Like this is the first time they'll really get to bond after everything they've been through. Tommy is dead. They got some nice words at the funeral. We see Charlie come home, but he's standing in the distance. We don't know shit about Charlie other than he's been at war for a while. And that is the movie. Now, the people online were saying that they were disappointed at the ending, but so much has gone on with the Peaky Blinders. What did we really want from Tommy? Like, what did we want to happen? Everybody's dead now, which I think is a great way to sum it up and let us know that there will be no sequels with the original cast. So there's no loose ends. As I said, Polly is dead. Arthur is dead, shot by Tommy. Ada is dead. So the only people alive is his kids, and I assume Lizzie somewhere. So maybe in the future we may get a spinoff with Barry Coogan. Excellent actor, 10 out of 10. He's the same man that played the killer in Saltburn. So he's 2 for 2 with the insane psychopathic killer roles. He's doing a great job. And Charlie, the son, the trophy son, we will see if they come back with something with that. Like the next generation of the Peaky Blinders. That would be awesome. But the original, everybody's dead. It's all gone. Well, am I sad? Kinda. But after what happened to me with the final season of Game of Thrones, my standards are very low for what I can accept. I feel like they wrapped it up in a good way. They tied up all the loose ends with the story. People on Twitter gave it a 7.5. I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Excellent production value. You could tell they spent money. I like the follow through with the stories, like Ada becoming an MP, her son still being alive, the whole thing. Also, Tommy being the one to shoot Arthur is very poetic. Even though it's like not the best element for the story, it's like an unknown twist. And we needed some type of twist that nobody could expect. Otherwise, it would have just been too predictable. Like, okay, Tommy gonna die. Like, we needed something. So I think they did a good job with the story with what they had left. Excellent Monday movie night. Let me see what y'all been talking about in the chat. Okay. Yes, fratricide. Tam, I like the braids. Thank you, B. Tardoja. I had to cast you to the Gangland meme goofy ass live. Got to hear Deadpool say Kiwi head. Okay. The broad day shooter. I timed you out because you was talking like a trick and then you got mad when, you know, I was against it. I want to know, would y'all ever date a psychic or psychic adjacent poly gray Blackbird type of lady? I wouldn't. If my man had visions and shit about the past or the future or whatever, I don't want to sleep in the bed with him because he has too much going on in his mind. Yes, Tommy, he don't play with the grenades. Y'all want to know a story? When I was a bank teller, the Bank of America next door to me, somebody robbed him with a grenade. I think he was a former military man or something. He freaked out in there and it was crazy. They had to call the bomb squad. But yes, Tommy Shelby, one of the realest gangsters ever portrayed on TV. I kind of love him. And I realize that's something bad about me, that I'm attracted to these type of people. But I like a serious man. You know, Tommy, what I really, really admired about him season after season after season was his ability to, what did he tell Claire at the beginning? He's like, yes, I'm scared. I'm fucking scared out of my mind. But that's how I am. I could be scared and I could carry on. That's what I do. And I love that because same. Don't nobody give a fuck about how you feel, what's going on, what's in your heart, if you got your period or not, if you're broke, nobody cares. You need to get to the plan. And I love how he always had an agenda and he had the family meetings and it would be like, look, item number 1, we're killing so-and-so. Item number 2, after that, we're going to rob everybody at the horse track. Okay. You guys are in charge of that. Item number 3, so-and-so's having a baby. Everybody, congratulations. I love his ability to just keep it rolling, regardless of what's going on. That's what I'm looking for. Tam, I like the braids. I already said that. Thank you. Ezra, okay. Yes, fratricide. I'm glad I was right. And yes, why are you acting shocked that I would get rid of anybody that opposes me or stands in my way or blocks my ability to grow higher or get more money or whatever? Yes, I would get rid of them. I would pay somebody to do it if I couldn't do it myself. I have no problem with that. It's very Thanos on this side. Just because I look like this and I'm nice and I don't fucking cuss people out or be rude does not mean that I wouldn't get rid of all of y'all. Snapping my fingers, you could be done. Of course, why you think Tam supports chopping heads off? I tell y'all all the time, Al-Qaeda, Saddam Hussein, Boko Haram, fucking Osama bin Laden. Yeah, that's what I'm giving. I never cared. I'm way worse. Your memory and ability to break shit down is next level. I barely remember yesterday decks, and I be smoking weed. So I take notes, and then the notes jog my memory, so I can just go fully in. Oh, hey, Mac Wob. Thank you for joining the chat. Yeah, the ending was crazy. Mac Wob, please invite me to the show. Invite me to the Apollo. K Davis, fuck no, get the fuck out of here. You get the fuck out of here. Robbed at grenade point. This is a real story. Yeah, I don't care. I'm not that kind of girl that's like hearts and unicorns and fucking babies and shit like that. I don't care about that. I care about the real things in life. Money, property, having a good time, and the people in my family that I like, because I don't like all of them. Some people in my family could also get chopped. I never cared. Either you're with me to help or you're against me, and you should die. I don't care. What else can we talk about? But tell me, if I want to watch Peaky Blinders, do I have to watch the show in order for the movie to make sense? You don't have to watch the show for the movie to make sense, but if you watch the show, you will be more engaged with the movie. Like it'll have more of an impact on you. But if you just want to watch the movie and you like it, it might entice you to go watch the rest of the show. That's my advice. But it's not a Harry Potter situation at all. Everything that's going on is explained with, like, the script is really good with, like, doing the tie-ins and then the flashbacks and stuff too. Men existed before value, Tam. What are you talking about? Are you saying that I should care about people more than I should care about material things? I can't. I'm an American. I grew up in capitalism. I was born in the 90s. Everything in the world in my lifetime has been about things and the attainment and gathering and hoarding of those things. So don't blame me for thinking like this. Blame the, society. I'm only 33 years old. I did not make the world. As Tupac said, I was given this world. I didn't make it. Now, let's see if I can stuff this birthday gift. I haven't seen Dejon in the chat, so I don't think he's watching. We're going to get the gift out. Watch my car. It's a lot of bums over here. Make sure nobody's stealing nothing. Okay, I'm about to show y'all Dejon's gift. Oh. Okay, boom. Got the rap report card. We got the one, and then I left space so he can put like his other accomplishments. Like when we sell out the show, we're gonna do the sold out, and then look at the back. Fire! I told you I'm an excellent gift giver. That's why I don't be dating niggas. That's like, what do you bring to the table? Fucking everything, stupid. Put it in here. And this is a medium, because y'all know Dejon wears a medium. He only weighs 175 pounds. Every time he says that shit, I be dying. Now let's try to stuff it in this bag. Yes, I'm a thoughtful gift giver, because this did not happen overnight. I've been working on this gift for like 2-3 weeks. And I was like annoyed when it wasn't getting shipped on time, so I had to be bothering them. I knew it wasn't gonna fit. Okay, we got it in the bag. Now we're gonna put that box on the ground. Look at this graffiti behind me. This is very much alley. Where did I put the paper at? Uh-oh. Am I being high right now? Where did I put that paper? Okay? I'm annoyed. Where's the paper at? Did anybody see me put it somewhere? Did it end up in the bag? You threw it out. Now I gotta take this back out. No, it was not in the bag. What really happened? Oh my God. It's in the box. Dex was not wrong. I did throw it out. God damn it. Okay. Now we gotta fold it back up. Oh my God. God don't like ugly. You shut up. I hate that this bag looks so bootleg, but they did not have any like giant sizes. And then I didn't want to take it upstairs in the box because that's like, you don't give a fuck at all. Yes, now you see why when I was downtown, I was like, oh, I should have got him like one of these palm tree hats too. But I don't know what size hat he wears. And I would have had to lurk on that previously, and I didn't. I was unprepared. Okay. Okay. I did what I could. You could have lied and said someone wanted to send y'all meth and ask for a size. You're right. But I was on live on my cell phone, so I wasn't able to text him when I was down there. But you're right, Scarfold, I could have. Boom. And then you guys will see the palm tree setup thing I have on his show, which, is it 5 something yet? Okay, it's 5:18. Yeah, like the stream. I appreciate you guys for having movie night with me in the vehicle. A homeless movie night, if you will. Boom. And we did a little unboxing in the car. I'm excited to wear those gold heels. Oop. Oh shit. Being on Skid Row is unhinged to me. It just seems like we're going out there for content. Like, I don't know, friend. It's not my vibe. But you go ahead. Okay, let me drink this Red Bull because I'm sleepy. I'm so sleepy. And you want to know what I did? I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning. Really like 5:50 something. I had to go pee. And that really ruins my vibe because once I'm awake, it's like I can't really go back to sleep. Kill the Messenger? No. Perhaps we can watch that next week, only King. But yes, I woke up at like 5:50 something. Couldn't go back to sleep. Was tempted to look at my phone, but if I look at my phone now, I'm just awake. So I took a bong rip. That wasn't smart because I went back to sleep and then my work alarm went off at like 7:30 and I'm like scared. And then all morning I was just feeling so slow, so groggy, so confused. Even when I was driving on jumper, I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I alive? What's going on? You know, you ask yourself those smoker questions. And I'm just now starting to feel normal, but I'm going down like I'm sleepy. Adam will risk his life for the content. COE. Okay, I just looked over there to see who all in there. It'd be the same names. I'm going to draft some of his viewers. Thank you, Dex. So we're going to let this Red Bull course through my veins, through my body. Oh, this is the bandana I wanted to show y'all. So you see it says Groovy. Let me turn it the right way. Oh, this one. That's how you spell his @ He's a brand new artist. I went to his album release party. It was very cute. Y'all know I love a good theme. He carried the theme from his album cover art all the way through the little venue. He also had themed drinks. I posted on my story. But he gave me this merch. This is what I had on my lap today on No Jumper. And then, he also gave me this hoodie, which is very cute. It says Groovy. And on the back, it says, I chase the yellow brick road. It's extremely cute. High quality. What size is this? This is the extra large. So it's going to be a little bit baggy on me. And we're going to wear it with, you already know the vibes, the Yeezys. Shout out to Groovy. And that's his @ If you want to listen to some emerging rap, ex-drug dealer, ex-athlete, go check out Groovy right now. All streaming platforms. Okay. Do I have anything else? Oh, I just got hella t-shirts. And I got like a good quality t-shirt. I also didn't go with white. I got 12 for $100. I'm going to keep that for tax purposes. And let's see if I can show one of the shirts. What is that? Oh, that's a big one. Okay. This is a shirt. So it's cream. Because I feel like the white was just too ultraviolet white. And I also think that when you already know how I feel. When you wash a white shirt, it's like it's done for. It's over. So I got y'all the cream, the off-white. And we're going to put Tams on here in red. And we're going to put Tams on here in blue. We got something for the Bloods. We got something for the Crips. But high quality shirt. This ain't no gilding. Is it 100% cotton? Yes. We love it. So, prepare to buy some Tams merch. How much is reasonable for me to sell my merch? Because I'm trying to make money, but I also want y'all to buy it. So give me some reasonable prices. I'm going to eat another cookie. 25. That's too cheap. Yes, that's what the new merch is going to be printed on. So I got the blanks today. Essentially, the shirts are like $10 a shirt. So if I sell them for $25, I'm not going to make no money. 40, boom. You have to create a Tams world first before you sell merch. This is the Tams world right now. A cheaper t-shirt plug. I could get cheaper shirts, a lower quality shirts. I may come out with something cheap, like a keychain or something. maybe the keychain could be like $15. And some stickers, $5. Thank you, Scarsoul. Michael. I like how the world is just bringing all the Michaels to me. You know, we got Mikey at No Jumper, very helpful. He helped me with the merch. Don't Trip, the first launch of mini. Thank you, King. Fingers crossed. If people buy this merch, these t-shirts, then I considered doing like a sexy pic on a t-shirt, but then I recently saw that Gina Views does that, and I don't want to be accused of like biting her style. So we're gonna keep the Tam sexy pictures. We're gonna keep them in the iCloud. Yeah, Michael was the archangel. I know my church lore. Okay, we've been on here 71 minutes. For the next 15 minutes, you guys can ask me questions. I will answer the questions, and then we'll get off this. A calendar. I don't know if y'all would really buy a calendar from me, because for a calendar, I got to print them and I got to have them on hand. Don't get freaked out too early. That's funny. Yeah, Gina's not the first one to sell sexy pics. My inspo, honestly, in the reference that I sent to my, essentially my creative director, Christian, was the old pictures that Cassie used to do for Diamond. When she used to be on Diamond Supply. Calendar is a bit lofty, LOL. I don't feel like people buy calendars as much anymore. A poster is also crazy. Like, where y'all gonna put this poster in me? I don't know. Yeah, but like, I remember the Cassie Diamond tees, and that's what I was thinking of. Like when she had the paint all over herself, she would just be looking sexy, like on a bike or something. Yeah, they'd be overly horny. That's why the OnlyFans girls is living so good. Oh, I was on Etsy. I seen like 2 cute items. One, it was a Tam's pin, but it was a little bit expensive. Like, I wouldn't be able to really make money off of it if I sold them to y'all. But it was very cute. And then I saw a bunch of like burger things that I could use. My mom got me this burger, and I guess it's like a candy. So I don't know. If I could have like a burger like this that was a phone charger, I would sell that. Like a portable charger burger. You just have this burger on you, you pull it out, pause. Okay. A burger watch, that's crazy. I don't want to pull up on no grown man and he has a burger watch on. That'll make me second guess. Okay, any questions? Questions. We got 10 to 15 minutes. I need a calendar now. Sell me one. You can make Tam's Burgers novelty collectibles too. What, like cups? Do that little picture in the little loop in the phone case. Oh, like a pop socket? A phone case? Welcome to Tam's phone case. Burger watcher for the kids. An AI calendar. Dex, you're funny. K Davis, what's up? Yeah, pop socket, air freshener. Okay, air freshener might work. Scar Soul, what you think about the air freshener? A cartoon pic of you looking back at it with 2 burgers as your buns with LA in the background. See, here we go with the horny ideas. Mugs, I thought about mugs. Dex, I'm serious. Okay, AI calendar. I'm finna make the calendars for y'all. They gonna say slide for Tam. Why are you asking, can I cook in here? This is not... Oh, I did say ask questions. I can cook, but I like to hide it. I like to pretend like I can't cook so people don't ask me to cook. That way you don't actually have to show anything. AI me is still me. So if AI me is showing ass, that implies that real me will show ass. And you know the internet doesn't care. So I can't have my robot showing ass. Almost until he did the burgers. Okay, any more questions? Fine. Cute and edgy, not horny at all, just creative. I'm going to read your thing again, and we'll let the chat be the judge of if that was horny or not. A cartoon pic of you looking back at it with 2 burgers as your buns with LA in the background. If that's not horny, I don't know what is. Burger socks. Okay, burger socks. If you can cook, how about Tam's Candy Yams? Tam's is not a soul food place. It's a burger place. I like the new car smell. So I would go with that. Please don't read it again. I had to because he was trying to act like that wasn't freaked out. It very much was. Is it your birthday? No, it's Dejon's birthday. This is all this stuff in my car is for Dejon Paul. Watch our stream at 6 o'clock. I'm just saying. Mr. Can't Save You. Hi, Mr. Can't Save You. Yes, in 30 minutes, Dejon's stream will be on. I'm maybe 10 minutes away. So that's why I said I'm going to leave you guys at 5:40. And I'm going to go over there and struggle with all of this shit, taking it upstairs. If you come to New York Fashion Week in September, help me with my lookbook. Okay. Maybe looking back at it was wrong phrase. I design shirts for a living. Yes, look back at it was a particular phrase. And having 2 burgers as my ass is also just a little bit freaked out. Thank you, Shamsosa. Thank you, Yoshi. Fucking designer tee. You guys have lost it. I'm gonna have the next comic strip ready by Thursday. Okay, exciting. You know what I didn't like? Implies an edible ass. Okay, so with the comic strip, I posted it, right? And I was like, oh, somebody made this for me because I genuinely liked it. I thought it was cute. Why did a nigga get in my DM? This is what I mean about shut the fuck up. Get your stupid ass out of my DM. Nobody asked you to come find me on Instagram to talk shit. Go jump out of a building. Climb on top of your roof, whether it's an apartment, a house, or a fucking trailer, and jump off. Why did you come here? But he's like, nobody made this. It was an AI prompt. Okay, nigga, you don't know if he had to pay to have credits to make these prompts. You don't know how many times it took him to get these AI pictures to not look fucking ridiculous so I don't have an extra thumb or something stupid. And you just want to minimize people's work with like, oh, it's AI prompt. I use AI every day for my job as well. It was clearly several prompts, bitch ass nigga. Why are you hating so bad? Why did you come here to hate? You didn't make shit. You didn't even use AI prompt. If it's so easy, how come you didn't do it? You didn't make me shit. Get away from me. Jesus. He now sees his mistake. Tam's Burger, like the movie Good Burger. Oh my God. Peach bleached burger. Dex. Don't play with me. But Tam's Burgers, like Good Burger, Scarsoul, please DM that to me because I will be up using AI tonight, figuring out how to make my Tam's Burgers in the same Good Burger logo font, and I will be selling that shirt. I just got to figure out the logistics. But I love Good Burger growing up. Oh my God, I loved Keenan and Kel. Welcome to the Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Loved it. I also hated the Mondo Burger White Boy for life. I thought Mondo Burger to me was like Church's chicken. Because you know how churches used to pump that chicken up? So that was like Mondo Burger, and I felt that. I love that movie. I'm going to be hitting up in a couple weeks for that promo, just waiting for Granny to get her taxes so I could swipe that shit. K. Davis, talking about stealing from your grandma in here is such nasty work. It's such nasty work. And I feel like if you just ask Granny, she would give it to you. You don't got to steal. Comics, LMAO, I def pay for the subscription and in detail my prompts there. Exactly. Niggas just be haters talking shit. No, nobody made that. Fucking Captain Obvious ass nigga. Like, okay, do you want me to cash up you 1 cent for this stupid ass cake? Mondo Burger is McDonald's. Don't talk bad about churches. They're affordable. It don't matter if they're affordable if that chicken is fucking Mondo Burger ass chicken, Dex. Or what? What did you say churches did to their chicken? Churches is iguana meat. We need 10 or 22 as a Mondo Burger guy. Oh my God, with that hairstyle. Sick. Okay, y'all want to know a controversial take? This is mean, and I know it's only because I'm from LA, but I feel this from the bottom of my heart. I cannot stand it when you're in an area and it's bums, right? And the bums be walking by you, giving you a dirty look, like what you doing over here? I'm a regular person. I bought something from this business, or I'm at the stoplight in my car. Why are you mugging me down like this? Because you're outside. Maybe if you were nicer, if you put a smile on, people might donate you some money. But you're already homeless. So that denotes a certain level of fear that people have for you. Like, oh my God, they're homeless. Like, they're dirty. They're scary. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. But then you're fucking dirty. You're homeless and you're giving people the stink eye. Now I want to call the cops. Like, you could be a killer. It doesn't make sense. And I'm not saying you got to smile, because I don't smile when I'm not in a good mood. If I was homeless, I definitely wouldn't be in a good mood. But looking crazy at people is like, bro, I'll hit you with this car. You're making me feel threatened. The homeless people definitely be a little bit gangster. Now, our homeless people are not at all as gangster as the New York homeless people. Because them homeless people, they'll come right up to you. They might pocket check you. The New York homeless people are unhinged. My friend got cussed out by a bum in the Popeyes because she didn't want to buy him nothing. He was calling her broke, all types of shit. I'm broke because I only want to buy my Popeyes and I don't want to buy yours. Okay, homeless Harry. Like, what the fuck? I'm going to start DMing these hot takes to keyboard clips. No, what? Adam is the white boy from Beauty Shop that tried to sabotage the show. That was funny. Okay, we need to get this. I don't know why I'm trying to mix up this. Definitely the Mondo Burger Man. That's funny. Also, the homeless people in New York that be on the subway are terrifying, because they'll be sitting by you and it's not like you could get up and move, or like you don't want to sit by a bum because this is the subway, it's public transportation. Hi, Johnny. But the bums that get up and they start dancing, they start pop locking and shit, and they force you to give them money, like they won't move, they won't get away from you, that's scary. And you're locked into a metal tube with these bums and they're panhandling. But in California, I could just walk past them, drive past them. I don't got to do shit. But in a enclosed area where we're just sitting eye to eye, and this bum is like, I just did a backflip off these rails. You need to give me some money right now. That shit is scary. The McDonald's was good. I love the cookies. The only reason why I'm not eating more cookies is because allegedly Dejon has cake at this birthday party, and the cake that I got from the A Day in LA cover shoot was delicious, and I want to eat that cake. Have you ever dated a dude who was partially homeless? No, I would never date a bum. I'd be annoyed in Berkeley because all the loud homeless get punked out of Oakland, so they be running amok. Okay, my dad used to take me to Berkeley all the time because I told you already, my dad was like a weekend dad, summertime dad, spring break dad, and he lived in the Bay Area. So we would go to Berkeley and stuff to like go to restaurants, go to ArcLight Theater, different things. And it was just so artsy and like hippie heaven, because the people of Berkeley, they be rich, but they like to cosplay broke like Johnny Depp. So they'll be like dressed like a pirate, or they'll be dressed like they're... It's a lot of Gwen Stefani's. You remember when Gwen Stefani was in her Cholo era, then she left her Cholo era and she went to her Harajuku Lovers era where she was dressing like a Japanese girl. A lot of people in Berkeley be doing that. Like, you'll meet a white girl, she's in her Indian era. So she's wearing like a sari skirt and a crop top. And she got a bunch of tattoos. She might even have the little thing right here. It's a lot of dreadhead whites out there. And they could be outside, like doing a poetry circle or fucking playing hacky sack or whatever. But they got a nice mansion up the street. That's why they could be outside all day selling incense and shit. Because their granddaddy died or whatever and he left them that slave money that they had. Or their mom and dad are doctors. And they're just out there doing whatever. So, oh yeah, Dex just said don't be late. I dated a homeless chick, but the relationship didn't last because I had to pay for everything, even her phone bill. Okay, then maybe y'all could call... Yes, they love hobo-chic. They love it. Maybe... I might be considered a homeless girlfriend because I also want you to pay for everything. You don't got to pay for my phone bill, but if you did, WU. Yeah. I don't really want to, and I'm not going to bully you to pay for everything either. I'm not going to ask you to pay for everything. But the more you offer, it's just the happier that I'll be. The more amiable the situation will be, the more agreeable I'll be. You want to watch some bullshit, you want to watch UFC or something, I'm going to sit there and be quiet. Because you're paying for everything. You're in charge. You're that nigga. You want me to make some type of bullshit food, I'm going to get on TikTok. I'm going to get a recipe. I'm going to Google it. You're more of a 60-40 type of... That's cool. That works for who it works for. You know, when I was younger, I was definitely in those kind of relationships because two broke people, we can't really be picky, you know? Like... He didn't really have to go 100. But at this age, I'm dating adult men. You should. And I asked my grandpa about this. Like, Grandpa, did you ever make, like, grandma pay bills or whatever? My grandpa that's left alive. My dad's dad. And he's like, I mean, like, she can pay for her stuff. He's like, but, like, the house, it's my house. So I'm going to pay the mortgage and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, exactly, Granddad. Exactly. So if my grandma want to get a new Mercedes or whatever the fuck, go ahead and pay for it, Mary. That was her name. But the house stuff is going to be paid for by Bob. That's my grandpa because Bob, he runs a tight ship. He likes to tell people what to do. He wants his food cooked at a certain... Oh, my grandpa cooks, but I'm sure in his younger days, he was much more, you know, hard on the hoe. And, you know, like they got 6 kids. They got a lot of shit going on. So, and my grandma has a sick amount of clothes. Like me, my grandma was always shopping. She was always on a trip. So clearly she's spending her money on that. And Bob, he's holding down the house. That's why she has so many fire outfits. My grandma had a ring on every finger. Some fingers she had too. Real gold, diamonds, rubies, sapphires, gold earrings. Always had like a nice silk dress on, chain smoking cigarettes. So her disposable income budget, it was fine. Oh shit. Me too. Oh, my grandpa's name is Robert. But for the note about Bobby, my dad, when my dad was here, he was living in Vegas with my grandpa and my aunt. And he would be calling him Bobby all the time. And I thought that shit was so funny because my grandpa looked so irritated. Like, he's in his 80s and you calling him Bobby like he's a little kid. Okay. If I pay 100% for everything, you're going to sign the prenup. I'll definitely sign the prenup because I'm not giving you none of my shit when we leave. We're not chopping up nothing. I'm leaving. I'm taking my stuff that I brought to the house and I'm getting out. And if we have a prenup, that means like you're going to maintain my quality of life even after I'm not with you no more because you wanted to break up. So you could give me a condo. I'm going to keep my car. I'm going to keep all gifts received during the relationship. And them kids are staying with you because I'm not taking them kids to my new man's house. All right? They're staying here with you. So I'm all about having a prenup. Prenup to me, and I need to protect myself from you. Because if you're thinking about a prenup, you are thinking about fucking up. And that means I need to have an exit plan. Feel me? Okay. We're 8 minutes away. We're about to drive to Dejon's. I might as well stay on this because what else do I have going on? Nothing. Just hiding from these bums. Oh, they don't want me to go out this way in the McDonald's, but I'm about to anyways because they're not in charge of me. I got my seatbelt on. Shout out to your authenticity, Tam. Thank you. Hit one to see if they're real. I would never hit a homeless person because you don't know who these homeless people are related to. And one of their uncles or something could be Larry H. Parker. Boom, now I'm in a jam. So I'm not about to hit no bum. And I don't like the precedent that homeless people aren't real people, so you could do whatever to them. Like, I feel that rich people a lot of times operate like that. And as a proletariat, a working person with a job, I don't like that notion that because I have more than you, that you are worthless. You're not. Do I want to be around you? No. But I think that you're still a human and you deserve basic human rights. What did Crip Max say? We feed the homeless. We don't fuck them. Oh. Okay, I got this Red Bull in me. I'm excited. We're getting charged up. Thank you to everybody that joined the stream, that watches regularly, even though my stream be fucked up because I'm in this car traveling. I appreciate you so much. We already got the channel to 1,600 subscribers. We're monetized. Just everything's working out. If I had one of those mantras, oh, remember, I'm going to get hypnotized. They're going to give me one of those mantras like, everything I do is good. Everything I touch works out. All of my dreams are going to be reality. I have everything I need to be successful. Blah, 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 blah. You know, affirmation core. You have your wings, exactly. Tam, do you remember the dude's name that hated on the comic? He's going in the next comic strip. I don't, but I could go to my DM and find them. Because I get DM from people that, like, when you don't follow somebody, right, they go in that little quarantine area. So have everybody pretty much in there. And I will go in there, and I'll just open them to see what people are saying when I'm bored. Most of it just be bullshit. But sometimes it's hating shit like that. And I'll be like, nigga, who asked you to come over here? Like, one time I posted in my story because somebody commented on my picture, have my baby. And I don't like that kind of rhetoric. I take people saying they're going to get me pregnant or asking me to have a baby. I take that as a terrorist threat. So I posted it in my story, and I'm like, okay, I posted